We spent time in Uzbekistan as part of a 21-day tour of the stands.
Is it somewhere we'd recommend you'd go? Find out in this edition of Unhurried Adventurers.
Roll it!
Unhurried adventurers, come roll with us.
We did a 21-day tour of the 5 stands with Penguin Travel, and today we're going to be talking about our time in Uzbekistan.
But before we do that, we want to introduce you to our third member of Unhurried Adventures, Bob the Burro. He'll be hiding in our videos, and your job is to find him. And just comment that you found Bob, but don't say where, so it's a surprise for everybody else.
Now, at the end of this series, we're going to be talking about what we spent on this trip and whether or not we thought it was worth it. But today, we're just going to focus on our time in Uzbekistan. Our first stop in Uzbekistan was the city of Tashkent. Tashkent is Uzbekistan's capital, and it's also the largest city in Central Asia with a population of 3.1 million. Tashkent is also where we first experienced the 4 M's of Uzbekistan: mosques, minarets, mausoleums, and madrasas. We didn't get to see the inside, but the outside of the Center for Islamic Civilization was impressive. After a quick lunch stop, we also explored Chorzu Bazaar, where locals shop for fresh bread, spices, fruit, meat, and sweets. It was one of the nicest of the many bazaars we experienced on this 5-stands trip. One highlight of Tashkent was riding the metro. Every station has its own personality with marble columns, chandeliers, mosaics, and artwork. It makes it feel more like a museum than just a metro. We didn't have a long time to explore Tashkent, but it seemed like a city that would be worth exploring more. But now it was time to take the train to Samarkand.
Samarkand's stunning architecture has helped put Uzbekistan on travelers' wish lists. Our first stop was Gur-e Amir Mausoleum, the final resting place of Timur, and one of Samarkand's most iconic landmarks. Then we explored Registan Square, once the heart of the Silk Road city where merchants, scholars, and rulers gathered. Built between the 15th and 17th centuries, the 3 magnificent buildings surrounding Registan Square have stood here for over 400 years. The 3 grand madrasas surrounding the square were once among the finest centers of learning in the Islamic world. Today, they have been transformed into museums and small shops, welcoming visitors from around the world. While it's breathtaking during the day, it takes on a whole new life during the spectacular nighttime light show. We also visited the Amir Timur Mosque, honoring the legendary ruler who made Samarkand his capital. At Khiva Bazaar, we got our first taste of Samarkand's famous bread. We also made quick stops at Ulagbek Observatory, and the Afrasiab Museum. We ended our visit at the beautiful Shah-e-Zinda necropolis. Where rows of ornate mausoleums are covered in some of the finest blue tile work in all of Uzbekistan. It was time to say goodbye to Samarkand before boarding a late-night train to Bukhara.
Bukhara is one of the oldest cities in Central Asia, with over 2,500 years of history. It was once one of the Silk Road's most important trading centers, connecting merchants from China, Persia, the Middle East, and Europe. Our guide demonstrated a traditional wooden crib, uniquely designed with a built-in toilet system for babies. Next, we wandered through Bukhara's Central Bazaar, the bustling local market filled with fresh produce, spices, breads, and sweets. It was a great glimpse into everyday life in one of Central Asia's oldest cities. We also stopped by the Bolo House Mosque, famous for its carved wooden columns, and still an active place of worship today. The Ark of Bukhara is the city's ancient fortress and former seat of the emirs. Inside, we visited the Coronation Hall, where Bukhara's rulers were once officially crowned. Other stops in Bukhara included the Poi Kalyan complex, the religious heart of Bukhara for over 500 years. The complex is home to the Kalyan Mosque. After another quick bite, it was off to the historic Kosh Madrasa Ensemble. We also saw the Toki trading domes, covered Silk Road bazaars built in the 16th century. Originally there were 6 domes, but 4 remain. Nearby, we peeked into the men's hammam. Since it was 40 degrees outside, a hot bath did not sound good. In the jeweler's dome, we watched a goldsmith at work. Another stop was the statue of Nasreddin, a legendary folk hero known throughout Central Asia for his clever wit and humorous stories. I just had to buy this Soviet ice cream that I saw. and have a little fun with AI. One of the highlights of our time in Bukhara was a traditional folklore show, complete with dancing, music, and even a little bit of fashion. And of course, Tessa never misses an opportunity to dance. Bukhara was like stepping into a living museum with centuries of history around every corner. After 2 unforgettable days exploring its ancient streets, it was time to continue our journey to Khiva.
Our final stop in Uzbekistan was the ancient walled city of Khiva, one of the best preserved Silk Road cities in Central Asia. We arrived in Khiva on a special day, as locals were excited to watch Uzbekistan take on Portugal in the World Cup, even though the game didn't go their way. That night, we had a very memorable dinner overlooking the city at a place called Terasa. The next morning, we explored the walled old city, starting with the iconic Kalta Minor minaret, before visiting the Khan Madrasa and the beautiful Tash Hali Palace. We also stopped at the Pahlavan Mahmud Mausoleum, the unique Juma Mosque with its carved wooden columns, and the Islam Khoja minaret, the tallest landmark in Khiva. Next up in our adventure, mysterious Turkmenistan. So that brings us to the end of our time in Uzbekistan.
At the end of each one of our videos, we're going to be talking about some superlatives. And we'll start with, what was your favorite meal in Uzbekistan?
My favorite meal in Uzbekistan would have to be the rooftop restaurant.
In Khiva?
Yes, in Khiva.
Yeah.
Because we had a sample of all 8 national dishes, like the local dishes you should try. And they were just enough for the 2 of us to try everything without splurging on one huge meal. So I liked getting that variety and not having to go to 8 different meals to get all the local cuisine options that they recommend.
Yeah, that was a restaurant called Terasa in Khiva, and I'd have to agree that was my favorite meal. Honorable mention going to the Georgian place we had in Samarkand. I had a really delicious garlic chicken, but I think that was the best meal.
So what was your favorite activity?
I think my favorite activity was the light show in Samarkand. That was really cool. As impressive as the square was during the day, coming back there at night and seeing the light show and set to music and that sort of thing, that was really cool.
Yeah, that was really neat. And even a lightning show in the background without rain, so added to it.
How about you?
I would say the folklore dancing show with the models who came out and all the different local wardrobes. That was in Bukhara.
Yeah, and the local musicians playing there. Yeah.
That was really neat. I loved to watch the dancing and the entertainment of the locals. So that was a neat experience.
What do you think the most beautiful place in Uzbekistan was?
I would have to say where the light show was at Registan Square. 3 madrasas that were formerly there and just lit up and just so beautiful. And the architecture was really gorgeous.
Yeah. Again, make sure you go during the day and then come back at night as well.
Different experience.
Yeah. I would say my prettiest place was going back to the rooftop restaurant in Khiva. Just how beautiful it was looking over all the buildings there that were all lit up, and just white light, not anything special, but it was just absolutely beautiful.
So what surprised you the most?
I would say, even though I was expecting to see beautiful buildings, just how beautiful they were in person was, it's one of those situations where pictures don't do it justice.
Definitely.
How about you?
Well, there was this lady that we got water from, and then we left and found out that she was an Instagram sensation. And so we went back and got video and pictures with her, and she likes to dance and sits there and seems to be very extroverted. And I don't know what she's saying because
talk to her daughter. Her daughter spoke English. And,
yes,
they actually followed our channel after we met them, and
we followed hers and also met her granddaughter too.
Yep.
So that was neat.
So I'd say overall we really enjoyed our time in Uzbekistan.
Yes, definitely. The people there are very warm and welcoming, and the architecture is just beautiful in person for sure.
If you've enjoyed this video, please consider liking and subscribing.
Where is Bob? I hope you look thorough. Like and comment if you spotted Bob the Burro.
We spent time in Uzbekistan. That's part of a...
We did.
We did.
It's true.
We just spent time in... Is it going? Oh. So that brings us to the end of our time in Uzbekistan.
Now, at the end of each of this video,